Hey, I'm Kylie of Kylie M Interiors, online paint color consultant, e-design expert, and creator of the Kylie M Interiors blog, where you'll find hundreds of articles to update your home, budget-friendly ideas, and some great color inspiration. Now today we're going to take a new look at Sherwin Williams Repose Gray. I did a video on this several years ago and it's still valid, but sometimes you get some new thoughts, new inspiration, and better tools to do your job. So I wanted to do a fresh one. So Repose Gray, as you can see, is a gray paint color. Now a lot of people think it's a traditional gray, so it's just, cool and gray, but it's not. It's actually a warm gray paint color. Will it ever look grayish? No, it's definitely a warm gray. It holds its gray quite strongly. Now, as you know, or maybe as you should know, every gray will have undertones of blue, green, or purple. It's important to find the undertone that best suits the finishes in your home, and sometimes that means you have to pay a little bit less attention to the undertones that you like or dislike, because if it doesn't look good with your home, it's probably not going to look good, right? So Repose Gray is no exception to the undertones. It does favor a very vague purple undertone. Now I say vague, but there's certain times it pops up more. Sometimes it falls back. And other times it actually picks up a bit of green. That means it's quite flexible and it can move around a lot. Once in a while, it also flashes blue. The thing is, Repose Gray, generally speaking, is not a gray paint color. That is a blue-gray. So if it's flashing blue, this is more about your home than the color. It's more about you, not about this. So that's where you've got to look at your exposure, look at your interior lighting, your trim color, all the its environment can really shift it. So if it's flashing blue, I think you've got some other things at play there. Now, as far as LRV goes, Repose Gray has an LRV of 58. So in my world, this is a light depth paint color, but it's on a little bit of the heavier side of the light range. So if you have a super bright room, Repose Gray is going to hold its color much better than a color with a higher LRV. So if you picked a color that was, 65, 70, even higher than that, they are going to wash out more with that super bright light. If you have a dark room, Repose Gray is tough. It can fall a little bit flat, a little dingy looking. So it's really important to improve your interior lighting if you have a dark room, or it's just not going to come to life. Now, one of the best ways to pick a paint color is comparison. And comparison really helps you see the undertones. So Colonnade Gray. So Colonnade Gray is also a warm gray paint color. You can see it's a little bit warmer than Repose. I think it has a little bit more depth too. So see that look there? So that's another interesting option. Agreeable Gray. Now if you think Repose Gray, it's just flashing too cool on you, maybe it's doing that weird blue thing, you might want to look at Agreeable Gray. Agreeable Gray is a grayish that leans into gray. So it's warmer, so it helps show you the amount of gray in Repose. Okay, this is the cool part. This is where I totally nerd out. So alpaca. Oh, right? So this shows you alpaca has kind of a purple pink undertone. This might help you see that little bit of green that can come up in Repose. Look at that. I love it. I just love when you can just actually see it come to life. Now, the best white paint colors for Repose Gray. You want to be careful because it is a slightly warm gray with funky undertones. I'm very hesitant to put it with warm white. So let's look at Sherwin Williams Alabaster. Alabaster could look a little murky yellow compared to Repose Gray. Not my favorite combo. If I'm going to choose a white to go with Repose, my second thought actually would be Sherwin Williams Pure White. Now that's a soft, warm white, looks super pretty. But my very first choice would be Sherwin Williams High Reflective White. And I do have reviews on my blog and videos on, I should have them on all of these colors here. So if you're curious about them, check them out. There's our High Reflective White. See? It really lets Repose Gray do its job. It lets it be that slightly warm gray with really quite muted undertones. If you have north-facing light, Repose Gray will lean more into its gray. It will look cool, whereas some warm grays hold their warmth. Not this one. He will flash cool on you. If you have south-facing light, afternoon western light, I find the Repose Gray still looks gray. It never looks grayish, but it can look that little bit warmer compared to a traditional cooler looking gray like, say, Tinsmith or even Silver Plate or Benjamin Moore Stonington Gray. So there you have it. That's the new and improved Repose Gray. I hope you enjoyed. Please consider checking out my Instagram page as well as subscribing to my YouTube channel. Thank you for watching.